Well, good morning, everyone. This is James with Union Greenville. Thank you for joining with me. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Great day in October the 11th. We're heading into the falling of the leaves now. Great time of the year. Beautiful time of the year. I want to talk to you a little bit about extremes in your life, in all of our lives. We live in a world where there is duplicity. There is the polarization. There is the back and the forth, and the up and the down, and the in and the out. There's the male, the female, the for and the against, the pro and the con. All of these things in this current world that we live in. And so I want to talk to you about how to negotiate through these things, how to navigate your way through the extremes, especially in your own life. Because the key is getting to manage those extremes in your life. And then once you're able to do that, then you can negotiate the extremes on the outside. Make sense? As above, so below, as within, so without. Extremes in any area will create instability. Extremes in any area will create instability. That's why there's instability in our political system, because there's extremes all around. And even in your own life. All the instability that you experience is because there's some type or manner of extremes. My grape soda. Intellectual awareness and emotional stability help to keep you centered. It's important to use your critical thinking. It's important to use your left brain and to logic your life, to rationalize your life, and to see where things are. That helps to keep you stable. But without emotional stability, that can be knocked out of balance. And sometimes we can get too extreme one way or the other. So we need emotional stability too. We need to keep our emotions not necessarily totally in check where we're holding them down, but learning how to express them in positive ways so that they are not controlling our lives, because fear is based in emotion. Fear stems from emotion. And remember, emotion is energy in motion. And so when you go to extremes, that emotionality will just take you off in a direction that you may not want to go. So a balanced state of consciousness is harmonious, and it helps you to be able to connect with the divine. It's difficult to connect when you don't feel centered, when you don't feel balanced, when you don't feel aligned. And that's why I constantly am telling people you need to spend time in nature, in nurture, and in the natural, because it will help you to be more balanced and centered. You need to spend some time every day in the silence, in the quiet. The mind needs time to just shut down and be still. Because if you don't do that, what happens is the mind will take over and it will constantly spin out all kinds of phrases and words and accusations and judgments and fearful thoughts. And so it's important to have stillness every day. There's a scripture that says, "Be still and know that I am God." It is within the stillness that you become aware of the greater presence, that you become aware of the greater reality, the greater good, the higher love, the greater, larger, expansive dimensions of life. It is in the stillness that we learn to harmonize our left brain and our right brain, our intellect and our emotions. It is in the stillness that brings everything back to the center space. And then when you're centered, then you're able to move forward in your life and create what you need. When you're still, it opens you up to new thoughts. It opens you up to creativity. It opens you up to new doors opening that you wouldn't see because your mind is so full of thoughts. Your mind is so full of woulda, shoulda, couldas, and you're full of emotional unwellness. And so the stillness is a healing for your mind and for your body, for your soul, and for your emotions. It's very important to learn how to be still and connect with the divine and get back to your center, get back to your home base, so to speak. Emotionalism or intellectualism will prevent growth and will continually knock you off your center. And so that's why it's important that you need plenty of stillness in your life. Now you might say, James, I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to get still. Well, here's my answer to that is you don't have time not to. If you don't prioritize your life and make time for what is most important in your life, then what is not important will start to take dominance and will control your life. And you'll live your whole life doing things that are secondary, that are not really your purpose, that don't feed you, that don't uplift you. So it's important to learn how to get your center, find your center. Now, there are some signs of imbalance. There's stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. Inner busyness, because what you're doing on the inside is key to everything else in your life. Everything else in your life will unlock once you're able to find the key of stillness and quiet and peace. Because the stress that you're feeling right now, the anxiety, the overwhelm, the busyness of the mind are just symptoms of imbalance. They're symptoms of you being out of alignment with yourself, out of alignment with nature, with the divine, with people. So it's important to return to stillness. And we learn to enter the stillness and the quiet and learn how to quiet the busy streets of our mind. I don't know if some of you might not remember the Keystone Cops who who would run around and were chaotic and bumping against each other. And that's kind of like life, and the overreaction and jumping to conclusions. Have you ever done that? Just jump to a conclusion because, well, this looks like this. And so we jump right in and we say, that's what it is. And not necessarily, though. So the way to overcome that is to give your life to God, to the higher mind, and to rest. When you enter the stillness, you're entering into the presence of the divine. And when you're in the presence of God and you're still, then you can finally rest. Because your mind is no longer, pushing out thoughts, generated thoughts from the past. And, you begin to slow down. Because if you don't have time to slow down, you will go, go, go until you're gone. Not a good place to be. So I want you to think about this today and consider how that you can balance your life. Are you thinking too much? Are you trying too hard? Are you pushing too hard? Are you afraid that you're not going to make it? Do you have fears? I invite you to pray with me now and to take a moment in stillness with me and allow yourself to find your center. Take a deep breath with me now. Just feel that oxygen going into your body, into your mind. It's amazing when you take a deep breath how that your mind just seems to begin to rest. And it starts to move towards stillness. Let yourself be still in this moment. Maybe you've got some things that you need to do today and you're thinking about it, some decisions that you have to make. Right now, let all of that go. Just put it on the shelf, put it on the back burner. It'll be there when you're done. But teach yourself how to be still, how to be open, how to be more in alignment with your true nature, your true self. Because here's the truth for you. You are unconditional love. Can you feel that? I am unconditional love. I always have been. I always will be. And I allow myself the gift of receiving that unconditional love. Not because I deserve it or I don't deserve it. It just is. It is the isness of life. Love is. Love is. It's the most powerful healing force in the universe. Receive it now. You might even tell yourself, I love you, I appreciate you, thank you. Take a breath with me now. And now turn everything else over to the higher power, the decisions you have to make, the feelings of overwhelm. Whatever's going on with you right now, communicate it, get it out. Speak it out of your mouth and say, I'm ready to release. I'm ready to be free. I'm ready to be at peace. So breathing gently and easily. In a moment, we're going to sign off, but I invite you just to maybe take another 5 minutes and just close your eyes. And just enter into that silent, quiet space of perfect peace. And then go out and live your life. And say, thank you. Thank you, God. So be it. So it is. If you would like to make a donation to our community, please go to unitychurch.greenville.org. You can make a donation there. We appreciate it. Thank you. If you have a prayer request, you can also submit that on our website. And we will hold your prayer requests. And we will pray with you. If you enjoy this program and you're listening on Facebook or YouTube, we're broadcasting on both, you can subscribe and know whenever that we put this together and share. I'll be back Wednesday night at 5:30, and I'll have a link posted on Facebook for from YouTube about metaphysics. And we'll be talking a little bit more on the idea of prosperous living, the nuts and the bolts, how to put it all together so that it works. Hey, I love you. I appreciate you. You take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.